So as we approached Maine and Houston, I had the film in an envelope, and we began to turn the corner. I saw the reporter there. I tossed the film out, and the wind caught it, so he had to chase the envelope, and we were laughing, and the car was turning the corner, and we heard the first shot. And then two more closer together. Total of 3, for those that don't believe it. 3. It was very clear that there were 3 shots because the position we were in, facing the book depository, we were far enough back to where we could tell how many shots were fired. But I can understand people who were standing down near the buildings and in that area where it was kind of like an echo chamber, how they would think maybe there were more than 3 shots. But anyway, after the 3rd shot, of course the car's still moving. I just looked straight ahead of me because we were facing the book depository. And that's where the sound came from. I just looked up there, and there's a rifle resting on the ledge, on the window ledge. And I'm sitting there trying to balance a camera in my lap that has no film in it. And so immediately the rifle was drawn in. I did not see a figure, just enough of the stock and the barrel to know it was a rifle. So I said, there's a rifle. And Tom Dillard, Dallas News photographer, was sitting next to me. And he said, where? I pointed out the window. He took a picture of the empty window. And then, of course, we proceeded on to the intersection of Elm and Houston, and where the motorcade had made a left turn. I looked to my left. I observed this scene of bedlam, really, people running, covering their children on the grassy knoll. I could see the president's car and Johnson's car disappear under the underpass. A motorcycle policeman rode his motorcycle up the grassy knoll, jumped off. It kept going till it fell over. He went into the front door of the book depository, and he was joined by another policeman. So the 2 of them went into the building. My first thought was, whoever's shooting at the president is probably not going to get out of that building, probably not alive. It's certainly not for me to see. So I had to make a decision. Do I stay in the motorcade or do I get out? My assignment was to cover the speech. Of course, at this time, I didn't know the president was hit as bad as he was. I mean, I didn't know whether he was even hit, but I knew somebody was shooting at him. So, to make a long story short, I ended up at Parkland Hospital. Actually, I did get out of the car, and which was a mistake. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't have done it. But I got out of the car, and I ran back up the grassy knoll, and immediately I realized that it was very bad, just from the looks on people's faces and what they were saying. And I thought, well, I have made a big boo-boo here. I should not have gotten out of the car. I need to be at Parkland Hospital. So at that point, the traffic that had been held up on Elm Street was now proceeding down, actually over the crime scene. And 2 other photographers and I got together, and we flagged down a lady who took us to Parkland Hospital. And as we proceeded up onto Stemmons Freeway, a motorcycle policeman was stopping cars and checking everybody, and we told him that we needed to get to Parkland and that we were members of the press and everything. And at the same time, I heard on his police radio somebody saying, well, we don't know where the shots came from. And I said, oh, I know where they came from. And so he took my name and phone number at the paper and let us go. And then I we went to Parkland, and that's where I stayed until the hearse left with the president's body. So that was what I did on the 22nd.